Life has no built-in direction. As kids, we can desperately cling to every word our family says and hope that it's through these words we can have direction. At some point, you might want to pick your own direction. So you break away from the path set for you. But some people just cling on to their given path like a treasure without equal. What if, instead of following a path one step at a time, you jump into a river, endlessly flowing, with only survival being the thing that keeps you going? March Comes In Like a Lion is a story I have fallen in love with countless times. This series holds like a special place in my heart for so many reasons, but one of those reasons I think shines just the brightest. It's because Kiriyama, the main character, is heart-achingly relatable. Kiriyama Rei is a 17-year-old who is saved by shogi, and also cursed by it. March is a series that follows his journey as a young professional shogi player. Orphaned after a crash kills his little sister and parents, Kiriyama from a yogi age is taken in by a friend of his father, Masachika Koda. The Koda residence was one dominated by shogi, the father a strict patriarch who primarily used shogi as a means to teach his children. Rei's talent in it caused him to focus his entire attention directly onto him, and that made it so that his children, Koyuki and Ayumu, began to resent him. And for Kiriyama, this already unfamiliar place just became unbearably cold. Kiriyama appears as an emotionally distant teen at first. As his trauma gets unpacked throughout the story, all of his behaviors, forged for survival, unravel one after another. And from that, we're left with a child still deeply in pain. Instead of nursing his wounds, he doesn't even look at them. He focuses purely on shogi, as if climbing that mountain will answer everything for him. He still doubts and wavers plenty throughout the story. He doubts whether or not he deserves to be happy. A person like him who only knows how to take others' warmth and offer nothing in return. I said before that Kiriyama was cursed by shogi. He devotes his all to it. He has no hobbies outside of it. Shogi gave people a reason to sit across from him, so he should be grateful for it. It's these sentiments that make it feel like a curse. He has to give it his all because he can't consider anything else. The thought never crosses his mind that it was a choice. Instead, a desperate attempt to survive. Kiriyama swims as hard as he can in that river. Kiriyama also believes he has shogi to thank for all the friends that he's met through his life. Shogi, it gave him a connection, a place to belong when his home disappeared. It also gave him purpose, that one day the path that shogi has given him will lead him to places beyond even the clouds. Kiriyama runs from his pain. He's made a castle out of shogi books in his mind. He doesn't even remember the last time he mourned the loss of his parents, but he can tell you how to get out of the 5 most common mate positions in shogi. He consumes shogi so desperately every second of the day to erase his pain by filling his mind and heart with it until there's just nothing left. There's so many other characters to talk about. Kiriyama is really blessed to know so many great people, and despite the pain he holds in his heart, as he tries to act mature, it's those people around him that save him. Despite that, some nights can be so lonely. It can feel like even the smallest of winds that might drift in from the windows are knives cutting deeply into you. You wonder if you've ever felt warmth or love. You might try to just escape those painful thoughts through sleeping and close your eyes and fall into a rest no different from death, hoping like a prayer that when you next open up your eyes, you can just be a little bit warmer. If you feel like you have no one there for you, you might be wrong. If you feel like you have no path, you might be wrong. If you feel like you're nothing, you might be wrong. I don't know if those feelings that feel so real are 100% wrong. I can only go through the motions myself most of the time. I lied for a long time to myself. I held on to a flickering flame of hope that I wasn't alone, or that I had direction, or even a purpose. That hope was an attempt to live a life others told me was proper. I don't know. Can I say that? Am I allowed to be lost? To have doubts? To wallow in them? And maybe dust myself off when I feel okay? A proper life seems like a joke most of the time. To me at least. I just feel like I've been going through the motions for so long that I've forgotten what it's like to even dream. And anytime I talk with others, especially regarding this, it can feel tiring. And then I notice the mask slip a little bit and smile while readjusting it in place. I'm fine, said with a smile. I just need to keep going. If I keep swimming, I'll have to reach the shore, right? Our own minds can become the coldest place on earth if we're alone. Our own misery can keep resounding in our skull until it feels like that's the only thing that's true. Kiriyama must have felt like that too. When we escape from our pains, it might not feel like that at first. We'll say we're just prioritizing what's important. It's easy to say our happiness is the most important thing of all, but we don't always pursue what gives us happiness. It's not always realistic, and so we follow the logic others have put in place. For Kiriyama, that logic was shogi. It was a lifeline to him. His happiness wasn't even in the equation. He was called a prodigy, so he held on to it, believing maybe it'll all make sense one day. Some people follow the logical path until it feels like it's the only way to live. And I think that's what it means to be nothing.